Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to some more Stormworks Build and Rescue. This is part 3 of our interactive map build. Thank you so much for watching this far. Like and get subscribed, you guys are awesome. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I enjoy doing these little videos just because it's fun and interactive. Okay, so what we have, so where did we leave off? Ooh, what's changed? A lot has changed. So in the last video, we were able to make the map, and then we were able to input some waypoints, and we were able to save those waypoints, and we were able to output the world XY. So then I was saying the trouble that I was having was getting that world XY out to the XY that we can read on every target. So what we essentially need to do is we need to set up these memory registers for each XY. And I've separated it into 4 categories. All right, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is just switches. And then what I did is I set this is our output. Every time you touch the screen, it sends us this value. That goes to an up-down counter. It goes into a toggle. I'll put pulse to toggle. So that way it's only 1 every time. 1 every time. And then it counts between 0.5 to 2.5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Once it gets to 2.5, it resets the whole system, and that's why. So you can expand this into 8 or 12, whatever you want. So let me just go over the. It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. So we turn it on, right? Okay, we're creating a route. We don't have any destination yet, so there's our first destination. And then there's our second destination. For some reason it didn't give us the output on the first destination, and I'm not too sure why it was blank. But this should be the off value. Oh, it doesn't set it until it reads 0.5. Oh, okay. So then I should just bypass that to the off value. Just like that. Let's see what that does. So this, I'm just doing the final, just calibrating. Now I do know how to get the line to go from one point to the next point to the next point. So we'll cover that in the end. Once we get to the end of the tutorials, there's probably going to be one more. So if I do that, no, it didn't give me, it still isn't giving me the first. What is going on here? This should be off, and this should be off. So why isn't it outputting? Why isn't it outputting? Oh, it doesn't output it until you press the touch screen the first time. So as soon as you press the touch screen the first time, then it gives us this number, which then becomes the first on number. So I actually need 2 more switches here. That explains it all. And then this number has to go to the on value, and this number has to go to the on value. And that has to be this one here. There we go. And then that can go to the off X, and that can go to the off Y. Aha! So each set needs to have a switch running through our counter. So when it goes to 0.5, it's going to read the very first XY, and then it should save it. Now, what I also noticed was our folder. So you see that? So that's our first waypoint. That's our second waypoint. That's our third waypoint. it's not updating. Yeah, 1756 26384. Okay. But then you notice how the XY changes on all those waypoints? It changes to the latest XY, but now you notice it's not outputting it anymore. And then if I do that, it's not outputting it, it's not printing it anymore. So what's going on? Why is it not outputting the world XY? Every time we press T1, let's see. T1 equals is pressed and is points in there. So I think I need another if statement here, actually. I know this. Let's see, where are we getting the world XY from? World XY is coming from there. It's coming from that side here. Sort this out a little bit. All right, there we go. I get all our functions kind of separated a little bit. So it's not giving us our world XY every single time, even though it should be. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. It is updating it internally because we can see it being printed on the screen. And all it's doing is it's just printing the latest value. So I can probably get rid of that and just leave it as a line. I was just wanted to see if it would, let's see. So there's our first value. I don't know why it's not printing. You see all the values are updating to the same value because they're all going into the same folder. All the values are going into the same folder. Right, we have custom world X and custom world Y, and then we have our we're just saying if custom world X, if custom world Y. And that's this custom route. Right, if clear routes, then we clear the X and the Y. If we have a custom route, yeah, see, so all it's doing is it's taking the current world X and the current world Y, and it prints it every time we click it, right? So what I would need to do is I would need to set up a variable for each input. So this would be number 1, and then I would need number 2, number 3, and number 4. So what we're getting here, these inputs here, 1, 2, 3, and 4, these would have to go probably back into the Lua script. Instead of relying on pressing the button every single time to setting the world X and the world Y. Because what we want to do is we want to capture the XY of the first point, and we want to save it. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing here with the memory store. And then when we grab the next XY, we're saving it here. but for some reason this number is the on signal, but it's not actually, it doesn't switch on until we press 1. And it should, it should go out here. Yeah. But it's reading that number as this and this as 0. So then maybe it needs to be if custom route A, then set number. Or we need to say if T1. Oops, let's see. Just close it in a little function. I think I just think the code is getting confused. It's saying, look, I already set the output. And when you click here with the mouse, for me, it's not like a one-time. All right, let's see if that's right. $17.27, 26.04, 17.06, 20. So that updated. And 17.06. That didn't update. Oh man. What do we have? 1783 26446. 0 0 0 number 1. Then we have 0 0 0 number 2. And then we have 0 0 0. Oh, I see. Okay. Maybe I have to clear the routes. All right, let's try that again. So we have 1779 to the whatever, and we should have, oh, it goes to 0, and then it goes to 0, and then it goes to 0. All right, well, at least you're not able to put in more than 4 waypoints, but I'm not too sure why it's. Let's figure this out. Or I could say T1 equals. Let's I'm gonna save this. Okay, and then I want to load. I want to look at one of my other touch screens here and just see where we can go. Where are you, touch screen? Why are you so far away? I was just getting ready to do the next part, and the channel, and then the value. Right. So that's where I was getting confused. The channel, and then the value. So we want the channel, which we have, and then instead of being the world, world X and world Y, T1 is pressed and is pointing rectangle. Is pressed equals input dot get bool 1. T1 equals, and then it just does that. This is kind of, so I don't need this here. Don't need that. It's going to do that every time you press it. It's going to output. It's going to set number 1 and 2 as world X and world Y. So then what I have to figure out is why. Oh, you know why? Because when it's within the threshold, it sends a constant on signal, and we need a pulse signal to make these things work. That's the problem. So let's disconnect all of this, and same with the reset. The reset has to be disconnected. So I'll disconnect all this, and then that way we'll reconnect it, and it'll make a lot of sense. Yeah, it's a little confusing. I've never done this before. So here I am trying to learn. And now input on to custom route A. And then what is number 3? Is clear routes. So now that explains why, that explains the issues that we're having. Okay, so similar to what I had to do here, we need a push. We need a toggle to push for all of this. Toggle to push, toggle to push, toggle to push. There we go. 2, 3, 4, and then this is our reset. This is our reset switch here. So the reset switch, it's going to reset the whole system. So we may as well connect that back to the whole system. Oh, and then these are the resets for here. I don't know what this is all about. That's right. I'll explain this here in a minute. Okay, so first we are connecting the memory registers. So it needs a pulse. Once it gets a push button, then it's going to remember the signal. Push button, it's going to remember the signal. I had this problem in the space shuttle, and that's why I was able to figure it out. Now we also want to reset this counter, which is going to reset here. Okay. Now that allows us to pass the numbers through to here. So what this, oh, maybe that's why it wasn't working either. This is our distance. So what I've done is I've taken the distance and I've said, okay, when we're within 5 meters, you're going to count up, and we're going to go to the next waypoint. So if this is our waypoint number 1, we want to turn waypoint number 1 on once we're within 5 meters of it. This is our first clicked waypoint, not where we currently are, but our first clicked waypoint. Then our second waypoint, we want to turn on again when we are within, I'm going to change that, say 100 meters. If we were flying, it could be like 500 meters, let's say. Right, and this is just the distance coming in from the autopilot, which is telling us where we are. So, that could be a constant signal. That doesn't matter. Or does it? No, that actually does matter. Because if that's constantly on, it's not going to allow me to pass. Or will it? It actually will. It doesn't matter. Because that goes into the off number. But then when this turns on, all right, let's just see if that's going to work first off. Let's see if we've solved a portion of it before I get to the next problem. All right, so I'll turn that on. Turn that on. Okay, so it's giving us the first waypoint. It's giving us the second waypoint. 26, 3 it's not. It's still only giving us the first. Oh, it's not resetting. Why? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, because I didn't send this into clear routes. Oops. So that glitched the system. Okay, so then I'm wondering if it's this here. If it's the distance. Yeah, maybe I should print. Maybe I should output. Oh boy. Okay, so let me see how much room we have. This microcontroller is getting big. It is getting big. We'll merge it here. Okay, I guess I have to output all the numbers. I should have known. Okay, so 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so this is our current GPS X and GPS Y, and then we'll have GPS X B. And we'll have GPS YB, and we need GPS XC, and GPS YC, and GPS XB, and GPS YD. And those are going to be outputs. Where are we? GPS. Output. All right. What's this one here? D and D. C and B. It's always a mess, right? It's always a mess. For me, at least, it's always a mess. Okay. This is B. This is C, and this is D. So now we can verify the accuracy of the whole system. Oh boy. So we already know that the first, and then I'm just going to send the first number through. Why not? Let's just send the first number through. Then I don't necessarily need all the switches. If we're already reading all the numbers, we don't need all these silly switches. We can send these outputs out a different way from the distance. It'll be easier to sort that. All right, so now I just need a crazy amount of dials. We have 1, 2, 3. Holy moly. So could I not put a dial there? Oh, because of the seat. Because of the seat. Okay. That's our value number 1. That should be value number 2. That should be value number 3. And that should be value number 4. And of course, it's not printing those values, it's printing, okay, so there, now we have all our 4 different waypoints. Oh, this is exciting. We have our 4 different waypoints. Now what we need to do is, we can take those 4 different waypoints, and we can read them. And then every time it, I suppose it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I might get rid of this. Because instead of saying world XY every single time, we can say, because it's going to give us the latest world XY, we'll have to capture the world XY into 2 folders and then print it. So what I would need to do is I would need to say custom world X equals, like, let's see, keyboard. And then I would need to say custom world Y equals, so then what we're doing is we're creating a folder for the custom world X value and a folder for the custom Y value, and then we would say if custom route, we can just wrap it in here. We can say copy, and instead of custom world Y, we are going to say custom world X. Whoops. And then Y, and then that way it'd be easy. Here, this is going to be world X. And we can print that out at not input Y, and then we can, let's see, if custom world, I can make this even a different variable than that. World X equals XX, we can do that. And then that way so we need this for that. And we need this one for X. And this would actually be our Y. And this could be YY. Now, I'm not sure how to print. So then every single time, I guess it comes back to the same problem. So you would need one of these for all 4 inputs. Yeah, hold on, there's probably a better way to do this. Clear this here. Anyways, you get the idea, right? It's printing here, instead of getting it to print the XY on the screen, we'll have it and we'll read it, and I'll just print it somewhere else. So then we don't necessarily need that. We need this one here for the custom route, but we don't actually need this, where it's going to print the XY of it, because we already have that elsewhere that we're using it. So now it should just draw a circle, and then that means we don't actually, do we still need the custom world XY? Probably for this. Oh yeah, and then this was the original, if T1, then that was just checking so we could draw on the screen, right? But we don't actually need this anymore either. We don't need this entire function. This was a test function. So hopefully you're following along. The only thing we need is this, our custom route. And that means custom route. Do we need our custom world XY? We don't, because we're not printing that value anymore on the screen. So we can get rid of that. See, so now what I'm doing is I'm just refining the code a little bit here. We still need the world XY because we're outputting it here every time we press it, but we're using that in a different spot. So we don't need to clear the custom world XY. If custom route A, then yeah, we still need the custom route. All right, so let's just go over what I just did. All the, like, wait a minute, you made us write all that, and now you're just deleting half of it. Well, we had to build it and test it, right? So some of that code was the building and the testing, and now we're just going to be able to make a dot. See, so there's waypoint 1, and it's got our XY there. There's waypoint 2, and our XY is there. There's waypoint 3 and waypoint 4, and then it resets. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to be able to draw a line. This is going back. So we're going to go into two different directions here. One direction is I want to be able to scroll the map, and the other direction is I want to be able to draw a line between one point and the other point. So we'll tackle the first part, which is wanting to be able to scroll the map. So what we need is a panel. Let's get out of here. Let's get, oops. Oh, it spawned. Tackle this part, so then we'll get a panel. And we're going to set this up to an arrow button, and it's just going to be a push button. Make sure it has electricity. We're going to send the composite into the microcontroller. That's it right here. Okay, so that is going to go into this up down counter. Yeah, I can go into this one. Then we need our composite read on off. Channel 1, every time we press it, it's going to go up. It's going to count up by one number. So, now that we have that, this is going to be our, let's see, where are we going here with this code here? Custom route, custom route, custom route. Custom route there. Draw a circle. We're going to capture the XY. Input X and input Y every time we press the T1. We're going to capture that number. And then what we're going to do is, so I mean, this could be done inside the Lua using this, or it can be done outside using the memory stores. I guess it's the same thing. We just have to have the on-off to be able to get it to store the value. So this is going to get the map to scroll. Okay, so that's where we're going with this. So what we need is another variable. So we'll say map up equals, say input dot get bool, and this is going to be number, let's see, bool 1, bool 2, bool 3. This will be channel 4. So let's cut that out and let's put that here. So channel 4, and then down here we're going to say if map up, then we will say world. Is it world? No, map. Map y. Yeah, map y equals map y plus 5. Just like that. Just like that. Alright, and then we'll put this input into here. Update that, and now we should be able to, when we press it, the map should scroll north. Let's see here, I'll zoom out. Zoom out to 5. Oh no! Oh no! What did I do? Comes into there. This is the first increment, yeah. The first increment. Channels 2, 3, and 4. Map up. Where's my map y equals input? I get number 2. Where do we print that? Oh. There we go. Spelling. Spelling helps. Alright. Maybe 5 isn't, maybe 5 isn't the number we're looking for. Oh, it was just, I just had this working. I just did the exact same thing, and it was working. Map up equals input dot get bool. And then we'll say maybe I need a bigger number. I guess I forget because we're going in, it should probably be 100 actually, instead of 5 or 10. And maybe we'll be able to see it. Let's scroll here. Oh my goodness. What did I do? Arrow button, yeah, channel 1, okay, composite. Info panel, okay, goes into here. This is our info panel. It's reading channel 1. Toggle to push. It's reading that output. It should be scrolling on the map. Let me see here. Let me see. I did. I swear I just have this working. I swear. Oh my goodness. I hope I don't have to stop this one. And let's see it. Oh yeah, did you see? Did you see it move? Did you see it move? Oh, did you see it move? I saw it move. I saw it move. It moved. All right. So the first time I press on it, so instead of if map up, so it should read that, and then it should read this incremental value, and it shouldn't be clamped. It should just continue to go at, what was that? That was at a rate of 10. You know, we can send the maximum there. So I don't need that, that, and that. There we go. That solves that. Okay, so that, because we push on it, so then I don't need that. Let's expand this to 6 channels, and this is going to be channel 6. So we need map up value equals input dot get number, and that's channel 6. And then we can say map y plus map up value. All right. I just wanted to do this first, and then we'll go over to the capturing the XY for the line. So now when I hold it down, it doesn't want, oh, it's resetting. But it doesn't want to continuously scroll. Now, why is that? Reset value is 0. It should just be counting up by 10. So it should be reading that value, and it should be adding that. If map up, then map up value. So let's take this here and let's put it down here. Now that it is working, it doesn't need to be up there. So while we're holding it down, it should be scrolling back. Oh, it doesn't even work, really. Really. It says no, I can't be down there. I can't be down there. Maybe it has to be here. Because we're reading it there, maybe it has to be there. Has to read it and then write it. So we can't write what we're not able to read. Yeah, it is twitching. But it's just adding, it should be adding that value, right? So maybe I need to change this to 100, and it should be just counting up by 100. Let's see. If map up, then map up equals 4. Oh, you know why? Because I'm turning it into a toggle. I shouldn't be doing that. It should actually be coming directly from there. There we go. Wrong side of the circuit. you see that? All right, now it's all gibbled. And now it's all gibbled. So now what we need to do is we need to figure out the increments, because every time we so that has to, I could probably get rid of that there. We could probably do that, and then what resets it? Probably if I have a knot in there, and that could reset it. Do we want to reset it? Because if you're zooming out and scrolling, or do we want to clamp this number and then send it through? This is where things get a little more complicated. And then this distance, we're going to leave that over there. things are getting more complicated now. So let's see if that works. What are we trying to do? If we scroll to a point and stop, there, you see that? That lets us scroll on the map. Oh, that's smooth. So, what we want to do is, oh yes, okay, here's how we're gonna here's how we're gonna do this. So we're gonna take a memory, and what we're going to do is we're going to save that value. So we'll take a toggle, and we'll go into here, and we'll go into there, and then what's going to reset that value? That. And then that value. Becomes our channel 7. And then we can say if map, then, well, no, because then it'll we'll need to have I think we'll need to have two separate buttons here, because it'll scroll, and then if we save where it scrolls to, then when we press the button again, you know what you know what I mean? If we're holding it down, it's scrolling. Oh yeah, because it's going to give me a constant. It's going to give me a constant number while I'm holding it down. That's right. And then it's going to give me that number when I stop holding it down. Let's see if that's if I've made this circuit correctly. Again, thank you so much for watching. No, I didn't make this. I didn't make that correctly. All right, because it's resetting. Okay, so when we hold down the button, it starts to scroll. Then when we let go of the button, it can give us that number. So maybe we need a switch in here, and this needs to be the off value, and this needs to be the on value, and we can pass that into there. And the on value comes from there, like that, and it should have a reset on it. What should the reset be? Let's get another one of these, and let's do that. Perhaps. And that way when we push it, Let's see. Let's. That reset is gonna. Okay, so now it's resetting back to its original spot, which is good, but it's not resetting to this. I guess that doesn't matter. All I have to do is push the button and it'll save the number, whatever that number is. So it doesn't matter. I don't need to be able to reset it. This is our not. So when that's not on, this number is on. Oh, it doesn't read that number until, yeah, we want it to save that number there. But maybe when I let go, oh, it resets. That's probably. If I don't reset it from there. Let's see if that was the problem, because then as soon as I let go of it, it resets it. Maybe I'll have to have a separate button that will reset the zoom on the map or the scrolling. No, same deal. It just keeps resetting. It keeps going back to the. Oh, because I'm saying if map, then what I should be doing. Oh, I see. Okay, I see. Yeah, we need another. Unfortunately, so that'll let us scroll around the map, but in order to stop scrolling, I would need to expand this. We need to add another channel, a fourth channel, and that would have to be here. And then I would need to add an additional function. This would be channel 5, and this would be map up stop. And we could say I'm wondering if I could just add that right here. Or here. You know what? Instead of all these functions, instead of these functions here, I don't think I need those inputs. I think all I need is just this number 6, the map up value. And I think I can just do that, and I can just do that there. Yeah, there we go. And look at that. It didn't reset. So now, I thought so. I was like, this is confusing. So that's what we need the function for. We need the function to serve as a reset for that. So, let's see, because we're just reading the number. That's all we're doing. We're just reading that number. So this works now, right? We're reading that number, and now we need a reset. We need a reset for Either we need to reset it here in the counter, or we can reset it here. Oh no, we need to reset the counter also. So how do we want to do that? Do we want a separate? Yeah, maybe we'll have a, yeah, okay. So we're gonna have, let's update this. We'll have 2 panels for the scrolling. That's gonna do for this, for part 3. I thought I was gonna be able to do 2 things in this part, but I'm not. Like again, thank you guys so much for, this is gonna be an arrow button, and this is gonna go down. For watching, I am doing the best that I can. Actually, this is gonna be a button. Channel 2. This is gonna be an arrow down. Channel 3. All right, and this can be clear. Perfect. Yeah, I am kind of doing the best I can here to try and get this information. Try and slice and dice it and get it out to the community in a way that's, I think it's neat, right? I've never built one of these before, and now that I'm going through it, I think this is totally cool. Being able to scroll it and then, you know, selecting a point on it and actually getting an XY value for it that we can then travel to. I think that's really cool. So, okay, so now that I'll just finish with this up and down, and then in the part 4, we'll carry on with this. So, all right, I've got that panel there. It's connected into here. This just handles the up. We need another button. We need another composite. Read on off, and this could be channel 3. And this can actually go to the down. That's how we'll solve that. Then we'll need another read on off, and this could be channel 2. And this could be our clear button. So then we'll take this. No, we'll take this. Hold on a second here. Oh, we don't need this input 3 anymore, do we? So this could become input 3 actually. Yeah, we're not using clear routes anymore. Are we? Oh, we are. Clear routes, custom route. With clear routes there. Oops. 2. Oh yeah. 2, 3. This is actually going to be channel 4. Okay, that's going to be channel 4. That's going to be channel 4. So then we'll do this. Channel 4, and then this is going to be clear. Clear map. And what that will do is, so we're not using this anymore. We need to say if clear map, then what do we want to do? I guess we don't need that. I guess we don't need this actually, this function. I don't know. Totally confusing myself here. Because if we're able to go back down now, right? We have an up down. Okay, let's see if that works. Let's see if that works. Let's see if this works. Let's see if I can scroll and scroll. Scroll up and scroll down. Scroll up and I don't know why there's no music. There was music. It must have crashed when I turned on that. So we can scroll up. Let's see here. Where are we? It's not letting me scroll down. Let me make sure I have this set up. Channel 3. Okay. Oh, because we have this not stuff in here. Okay, so this one goes up, this one goes down, and then what saves that number, the up down number? I guess we don't need this anymore. We don't need this memory and the switch. We can just run that in. This should, okay, this, instead of being, this should be a toggle button. I'll turn it into a toggle button on the panel. And this here should be, yeah, we're still gonna need an input here. We're still gonna need an input. We'll call this map scroll. I'm really sorry. I went back and forth a few times. I'm really sorry. Call that map scroll. And then we need to say if map scroll, then we need to say this here. Can I do that? And then that way when I push, oh, I didn't change it in there. When I turn it on as a toggle button, it's going to send an on signal to the script. And it's going to say, okay, now you can scroll. And then when it's not receiving the on signal, it should just reset to wherever the board is. Yeah, on a no value, I thought. So I thought it was going to give me that. So how do we turn this into an on-off? Let's see, where are we at for the runtime on this? Holy cow, another hour. Oh my goodness, I'm really sorry. So we have, where are we here? Map scroll. What am I trying to do anyways? What am I even trying to do? This will scroll up and this will scroll down. Yes. Do I even need a reset? That reset should just be for this. Back and forth one more time. This is what I do, right? I just play around, I build it, take it apart. Can we do it a different way? No, okay. Then I would need the not value there. There we go. There we go. There we go. So if I scroll to 10, now I'm able to scroll on the map. Look at that, how smooth that is, okay? And then if I do that, it resets to where I am. Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. And then I can just turn that to, oh, that is so cool. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was hoping to do. This could be a push button. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So now, sorry, I'm really excited. Now in this panel here, we can do the same thing. We'll do this, we'll do arrow button, and then this is going to go left, channel 1, and then this is going to be an arrow button, and this is going to go right, and this will be channel 2, and I can make this into none, and then down here is where I can have the button, and this could be channel 4, it could be channel 3. So that's going to be our left and right. And now in here, let's, we need an input for, we need another composite input from the panel. Composite input. This will be, there we go. And that's coming in here. Let's, okay, and then we're gonna do the exact same thing. So we need a composite read channel 1, channel 2, and I think I changed to channel 4. So dumb. I should have just done 1, 2, 3. I don't think I did. No, I did 1, 2, 4. You know, let's confuse ourselves already. Channel 4 is going to be our reset, and then channel 2. Copy that, paste that. Perfect. 2. There. Oh, come on. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. Okay, and then now what I need to do is we need to expand this to 7 channels. And this needs to come into here like that. And then now, instead of this will be number 7. Map. Whatever left value, and then we can say this. There we go. Okay, and that. Now let's try that. Let's try that. Save that. This is gonna do it for this video. Oh boy, the scrolling, making the map scroll. Okay, so we'll get our zoom to 3. All right, let's see. Does it work? It doesn't because there's no electricity to the panel. I always wanted something like this, you know. Alright, so the up-down works. The left-right doesn't work. Yeah, this should be channel 7. Oh, you know why? No, why? Channel 1, channel 2, channel 4. It should be the same. Oh boy, let's figure out what's going on. What did I do? What did I do? Not left value. Did I connect it to the microcontroller? I did not. That helps. That always helps. It always helps. When in doubt, did you actually connect all the logic so it can talk to itself? Okay. Now we'll go up to 10. There we go. Look at that. Is this backwards? Would you get the idea? Oh, let's fix it. Let's fix it. Oh my goodness. I'll just change the channels in here. This is going to become channel 2, and this is going to become channel 1, and that's going to be that. All right. Well, if you followed all the way through, thank you so much. Please be sure to hit the like button. I know these videos are probably long and boring, no sound, no nothing. Maybe I should have put sound in them. I don't know, whatever. That's gonna do it. We are now we have an interactive map. We can set waypoints on it. All right, which give us our values. So in part 5, we're gonna sort all these values out. Finally, we can now scroll, and those waypoints will stay. That's pretty cool. Neat, huh? Yeah, now we can scroll. We can actually look at the whole world map. Let's see what is what. Oh, this is so cool. And then we can change the zoom, right? We can say, oh, what's that? What do I see there? A little island. Oh, let's reset it. And let's reset this value. Perfect. So we can do that. There you have it. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing, and I will definitely see you all in the next one.